Welcome AI prompt warriors, the game show where curiosity meets intelligence. This is the Rovo Game. Please welcome your hosts, Sajid Nair and Robert Lee.
May AI bless you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rovo Games. How are you, Rob?
I'm doing great, my friend. It's good to see you. It's been feels like it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Before we get started, let me also add in our special guest today. She's been in the conversation about Rovo Game in our hearts from episode 1, but we are calling her in episode 4. That's that's some soul saving that I'm trying to do. Rebecca, welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's so fun to have you. It's nice to have people in different time zones. We're literally 3 people sitting in 3 different time zones right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really awesome.
So I'm
But
actually in
welcome
the wrong
everybody.
time zone as well. So I'm on
I wouldn't call
holiday.
it the wrong time zone. There's no like back home might be the wrong time zone. This holidaying is a good time zone,
Maybe. Yeah.
right? All right. Welcome, everybody. Officially, welcome to episode 4. We have Rebecca with us today, and we are going to have, in the same pattern, try to learn a little bit about Rovo, learn a little bit about AI, and then have some fun with some questions and use cases. We've also got the slides ready. Some way, Rob and I have gone through them, not parallelly, but in some usual manner, we've gone through them. So it'll be fun.
Don't share all our secrets, Sajid.
Yeah,
People
it's
can't
all
know
right.
how much
They
preparation
know.
there is.
They know. But yeah, I'm super excited. So let me just directly get started. As always, folks, you can scan this QR code that I'm going to show you now and join us directly on Menti. This will let you play the questions quiz along with us and have fun, give answers, and of course all your options will be shown. Let me change this as well. Let me show the QR code. So that's the QR code. Why isn't it showing the options? Open hotkeys, clear results, start timer. Oh, there you go.
We found
There
it.
we go. Found it.
We are
All
professional.
right. Yes. All right. We've got 10 people as of now who are joining us and some around 25 people on this stream. So please join us on the Menti as well so that you're able to play the quiz along. We've got people from North America, people from Europe, people from Asia as well. Usual culprits. That's good.
Rebecca, were you going to play too?
I was going to ask that. Should I play?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Okay. I'm going to join then.
Like Rebecca usually plays the games that she wins, so I'm sure she's going to be on the top leaderboard. Yeah, that's
I guess the other way around, right?
or it could be the other way around. All right, that's nice. Most good. Oh wow, we've got somebody from. Is that you, Rebecca?
Yeah, that's me.
I was thinking, yeah, it's a little down farther south on that side. But yeah, we've got people from India as well. Welcome.
Someone from Mauritania, Western Africa,
Ooh.
maybe Morocco, Algeria, somewhere in there.
Wow, Rob's got his geography hat on.
I don't have my hats near me. I'm sorry.
All right. While you're joining us, please also share which role do you closely relate to: engineering, PMs, design, marketing, sales, or help desk. This will help Rob and me and Rebecca to talk more about examples related to you when we reach the use cases section specifically. The quiz more or less stays the same, but we will talk more about the examples that we are able to. One of these days, we are going to have marketing or design overtake the others, and then we are going to get a specialist from design or marketing who will help us. Till then, we three can do. We three can probably.
You don't think I'm good at design, Sajid? Have you seen my slides?
I am.
The question is Rovo good at design?
Ooh,
And I would
yes.
argue Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. But like it's turning some heads. Like every couple of days, I would. So I'm not a very active LinkedIn person. Like for example, I'm on LinkedIn, but I
Yeah.
don't respond and comment on everything that I see. So I've been seeing posts from people where they are saying, "All right, maybe Rovo is getting better."
I saw.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I think LinkedIn is really good for use cases. If you want updates on the capabilities, you need to check community, because Jensen is on there from the agents team. There's actually an update we can talk about
Ooh, nice.
later.
the
yeah.
model.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't spoil it. I'll let you guys.
Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, our usual culprits of engineering and program management are with us today. Welcome, folks. Of course, we are coming to you live from these two small groups, Heen.Tech and Culture Commandos. So Culture Commandos is a small community initiative that I run. It does quizzing, trivia, gaming, and what does Heen.Tech do, Rob?
What do I do? I'm an international conglomerate responsible. No. I left my full-time job to focus on training and enablement. So helping folks earn certifications, helping people understand. And just a reminder to folks, if you lost your job, if you have a financial hardship, let me know. I'll hook you up with anything that I can provide that you might need. My goal is to make sure people know how to use these things and don't get frustrated.
Nice. Rob is very humble in that sense, but like every time I think I see him at Teams, one or the other person will stop him and like, "Oh, I took your course and it helped me clear that exam," and they'll give me a phone and say, "Can you take a picture?" So I'm just like getting tired of being friends with smart people. I think one of these days I want somebody to say, give a phone to Rebecca or Rob and say, "Take a picture with me, guys. Take a picture."
All right, folks, we got to make this happen. If anyone goes to Anaheim, we'll make that happen.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's Heen.Tech and that's Culture Commandos. Let's move on. Let's start with some easy questions. This question actually comes from Rob. Rob, give us a little insight on what this is.
So I always think about like AI and prompting. For example, talking to my small kid, that is prompting. Son, can you go do something? And then I was like, ooh, what other AI have we seen throughout mostly pop culture? So as a warm-up question, this is the first AI I can recall in pop culture. There were probably others, but this is one of the more famous ones. So we're trying to reverse engineer. What prompted this AI to say, "I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that"? Now, I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen this entire movie. I understand that it is a pinnacle of science fiction and it's amazing for when it was created.
It's Kubrick, right? Stanley Kubrick?
Correct. Yeah.
That's as far as my knowledge. No, I'm joking. Have you seen this movie, Rebecca? Do you know where
I was
Hal
gonna
comes
say,
from?
like, to folks in the audience who have no idea what you are talking about, same. Like, I have no idea what pot bay doors maybe. Don't know who Dave is, so.
As I wrote the question, I was like, I'm going to definitely like disadvantage a lot of people. So my apologies. That's why this is a warm-up and not an actual question.
All right. So let's reveal. This actually comes from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, where the character says, "Open the pod bay doors, Hal." Interesting trivia. Do you know where the name Hal comes from, Rob?
It is an acronym, if I recall, and I always have to look it up.
No, so it is an acronym, but
Okay.
like when it was created. So if you go one alphabet ahead from Hal, what do you get?
IBM, yes.
That's right. So they actually put that, secret trivia in. So if you go back a step from IBM, you get HAL, and that was one of the things that the producers did. But yeah, 2001: Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick's classic movie about AI. That brings us to the next more popular AI question, which is your favorite AI or robot from the pop culture. Now, this a lot of you might know, right? So of course, there's HAL, there's T-800, there's R2D2, C-3PO, there's Wally, there's Ultron, there's TARS. Do you know where TARS comes from, Rebecca?
Nope. Obviously not well versed in pop
No,
culture.
come on. Interstellar.
Oh,
I've
right.
not seen it.
Oh, you've not seen Interstellar?
No.
Then it's fine.
No.
You did the
I'm
same
not
thing.
really into like spacey stuff.
Fair.
So anything space, anything Marvel, actually, as well. That's like movies I usually don't watch.
You just lost half of this audience.
I don't like Marvel because of all the quick cuts and how they don't just show the action they have to cut it 4 million times. But I'll get off that soapbox.
I have a feeling Rob is more of a DC guy. So he's James Gunn. Huh? No.
James Gunn was Guardians of the Galaxy though, which is Marvel. So
Yeah, no, he's the president of DC right now.
what?
What? Did you not know?
I don't pay attention to news.
Oh, man, come on. The new Superman, you didn't see the new Superman?
No. I have kids, man. I don't get to movies.
Yeah, that's why you have Hotstar, Disney Plus, and all of those subscriptions. So when kids go to sleep, you watch movies.
No, I sleep.
What are you talking to your spouse after the kids go to sleep? No, go watch a movie. All right, T800. Of course, I like it. It has dated a little, but like I'm glad Terminator is still one of the top AI models or robots. Like Skynet, no, but like T800 definitely. All right, with that, that was just a warm up, folks. So now you know how Mentimeter actually works. So we'll get started with the actual questions. But before we move on, if you're watching us from YouTube, please make sure you do. Rob, you put this image, but like it's super funny. Is this like a channel that you are actually following? I don't know.
Like-
I don't know what this is.
I'm at the bottom, so I can probably like point to. Is this mirrored? Maybe there.
Yeah, probably it's
It's somewhere
mirrored.
there. Yeah, underneath.
Yeah, it's somewhere there. Oh, man. But yeah, please, if you like Robo games, we might actually switch to a different channel soon. We don't know. Probably might. But like, yeah, maybe then we'll do better promotion. But let's get started straight out of context. The first of 13 questions that we have for you all today. The idea is to play and learn. So you don't have to answer. But if you do, it's fun. And we'll see if you make it to the top 3. And yeah, that's it. Let's get started. We are 3 people here. We've got 13 questions. Each will read 1 question and we'll rotate in that order. So we'll see how the people are reacting to these questions. With that, let's get started. I will get started with the first question. Robo helps answer questions by pulling data from Jira tickets, Confluence pages, multiple connected tools and knowledge sources, or Slack messages. Very easy question. Mind you, you have to select one answer. So,
Yeah, I did it wrong. I thought it was multiple.
not a good look, Rebecca.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. But like, yeah, like that's the trick. Like if you think if there was an option of all of the above, then probably. But can it pull from Slack messages?
It can. If you let it.
If you let it. That's right. I think we tricked those 6 people into clicking Jira tickets. So that's what happened there. But yeah, you're right. Of course, multiple connected tools and knowledge sources. This was one of the easiest questions that we could put again for you guys to be a little more familiar with this. And yeah, let's get started. Rob, do you want to take the next one? Rob, can you hear me? Rob, can you
Sorry,
hear me?
I lost
Rebecca?
my audio.
Yeah.
There you go. Rob, I was saying, do you want to take the next question? But like, maybe you're just ignoring us.
Sorry, system glitch. How does the virtual service agent differ from Rovo? Only available in Premium and Enterprise. It does not differ at all. It only interacts with JSM portal, and it helps test Rovo prompts.
This may be a deprecated question soon.
I hope it is. I really hope it is.
Ooh, that's right. We got the answer right, though.
Hey. Yeah. So this drives me nuts, Rebecca. I'll let you take it from here.
Well, so I did it wrong actually, so I'm interested in your answer on this. So I knew it's only premium and enterprise, and I thought it was portal only, but maybe the chat widget you can put somewhere else, right? And that's why it's not portal only.
Last I checked, it also does email.
Right.
So email ingestion. But my hang up is the split between standard and premium. Like we get Rovo at standard, but we don't get the virtual agent.
And to be honest, like the virtual agent, the feature basically is you prompt like any possible answer and give it possible replies. It's not really smart. It's more like people ask this, and if they ask this, you need to answer that. So if you want more deterministic behavior, virtual service agents is basically the way to go, or was the way to go. It's probably going to merge into Rovo soon, or started to merge anyway. But yeah, Rovo is like more flexible, and you don't need to do as much prompting as you did with virtual service agents.
And that you could define, right? Like you can say whether you wanted which persona you wanted to and how do you want it to respond.
Yeah.
Which obviously virtual service agent didn't have.
Yeah, and the service agents couldn't work with multiple languages as well. So that's a big plus of Rovo.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I set up a great virtual service agent, left a company, and then I was like, oh, we have Rovo, but they can't use it. And the experience is so different. Like you're right, Rebecca, setting up all the intents and the flows and
yeah.
Nice. All right, let's move on to the next question. All right, I might have already shown you the answer somehow, but let's see.
No one saw that, Sajid.
No one saw that. Yeah. All right, Rebecca, why don't you take this one?
Yes. If your organization deactivates AI, what happens to Rovo? Everything will still work. Nothing will work. Only search will work. Search and Studio will work, but Rovo chat and agents will not. Search and Studio will not work, but chat and agents will work.
We actually did this question earlier, but I put it again because I had a conversation with somebody and they said, yeah, they gave me the wrong answer. And it's like, no, I don't think people still know about this much.
Yeah. I've written an article in the community about this because people asked to remove Rovo, and there's like layers to it. Some people try to remove the app to disable an organization or like delete an organization. So that's one question that keeps coming up. And then the other one is, how do you actually remove Rovo from a running org? And yes, so Search and Studio will still work. So Rovo Search is basically the connected data sources plus AI answers, and the AI answers won't work anymore, but the search itself will still work. And they did work on the underlying algorithm, so it's an improved search compared to the old confidence search, which wasn't hard to do, I guess. But so it's an improved search. Studio will still work because automation rules have moved to Studio now as well. So there's like more features in Studio, not just agents. But Rovo chat and agents will not because they use LLMs and AI.
Yes, that is correct. So that's the reason I actually put that question back, because I feel like the reasoning behind it's not very clear to a lot of folks. If you could, Rebecca, if you could maybe just drop that article link in the chat, or if you could just ping me on Slack, I'll put that here on the chat.
I tried to find it.
Yeah. No, we don't need to do it now, but maybe you can, even after a comment later on in the stream, we can put that in.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's move on. Question number 4. I'll take this one. Build what works for your team. Build everything from AI agents to automation and apps. What are we talking about? Which feature description are we talking about? Search, chat, studio, or agent, or all of the above? A very simple question if you just heard what Rebecca said.
I don't know the question, so that was not my attention to.
Yes, no, that's perfect.
One.
Yeah. But like, the idea is like the evolution from what Rebecca said earlier to where we are. is what you're able to use AI agents and automation and apps, and it has a new home under Rovo. So what is that? Search, chat, studio, agent, or all of the above? Everybody has voted. Not all of the above. It is studio. So 8 people
Yes.
heard what Rebecca said. That is correct. If you go to the Atlassian Rovo website, you'll actually see the specific section as the definition. Is it still in waitlist? Like, have you got a chance to play around Studio, Rebecca?
No, I think it's rolled out in public. I mean, some versions may not yet have all the features moved to it, but you can at least go into automation from there. I'm not sure whether it has the new UI everywhere yet, but it should
The
have like
public
the
Atlassian
menu.
page actually still says join the waitlist. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting.
No,
There's I like this change because there's a lot of stuff to build in Atlassian, and this is
Of
looks
course.
like it's centralizing it. We're also seeing
Yeah.
like the company hub is in there now. Not a Confluence.
Yeah, and the CSM portals have moved there. Well, have started to move there as well. So
Inside the company portal?
no, as a different panel in the studio.
Oh, okay.
So
Inside.
when they first rolled it out, it was a bit difficult to get there, and like it would jump here and there. But I think they now moved it constantly, so you can just do it from the studio.
Got it. All right, let's move on. That's the right answer. Of course, studio is what we were talking about. Now, this is the question that we were hiding, and I might have revealed the answer earlier, but let's see. Rob, why don't you tell us what this could be?
I dissolve knowledge silos with blank. What is the blank? I think it's battery acid, because if you pour battery acid on metal, they should just dissolve. I tried, Rebecca. I was a little more of a no. The power of friendship. There we go. It's the power of friendship.
Oh my God. So it's like polar opposite, battery acids and friendship.
But honestly, it's really difficult because it's like a marketing sentence, and I've probably read it 100 times already, and I still don't know the answer.
I know, right?
Teamwork graph, of course. Teamwork graph. Somebody said team and work graph as one sentence. I'm sorry, but like we could probably make that out.
Teamwork graph.
We'll give you points for that. But that is the correct answer, of course. Teamwork graph is the definition or the official term.
I thought that was too obvious for that slide, but yeah, as it's showing the teamwork graph, it does make sense.
Let's see a quick leaderboard till here. Let's see where is everybody. Mentimeter. Probably the first quiz board in Quizbiz history where Rebecca has not made it to top 10, unless you are one of these names, Rebecca.
No, I'm not. To be fair, I'm a little distracted. But
that's okay, of course. No, we won't give you points anyways. You're a guest today. But good job, guys. Good job. Send Melita, Hernan, Prajna. Stingalicious. I like that name. Room, Earthman, Elsa. All right, we've got Disney characters joining us. Let's move on to the round 2, feature, fiction, or future. Rob, why don't you take the first one?
All right, this whole round refers to things that are features, they currently exist, a fiction, something we made up, or future. So our first question is, Rovo is available in Atlassian sandboxes. Is this a feature, something we have now, a fiction, something Sajid, Rebecca, and I made up, or something that we know is coming in the future? And the future stuff, we do go through the roadmap. We look for official Atlassian releases. So it's not our guess. It's just what we can confirm publicly.
Which usually is not a lot. Like there's not really a Rovo roadmap anywhere.
There's a big
really
roadmap, but when you filter it to Rovo.
Yeah, like most of the features are announced through community, I feel like. So like the bigger picture, they announce through the roadmap, but specific features, they usually announce in the community, and usually already once they're in EAP or once they're rolling out, not so much in advance.
Rajat, your comment makes me chuckle, buddy. This question is tougher than a certification exam. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's more enjoyable, though.
Hopefully it's more enjoyable as well, of course. All right. Why is it on Sandbox? Why do we need Rovo for Sandbox?
Just go test things out in the same way we need anything in Sandbox, right? If I'm an admin in a large org, I want to make sure the thing does what I expect, and I want to make sure it behaves with other things.
Okay,
And-
noob level question 1 to both of you. Does it have different credits, or does it take the same credits from the main production side?
I think Rebecca had some more to add to my babbling there.
Sorry, please.
No worries. I believe it's the same credits, but honestly, I wouldn't know the answer to that yet because they didn't really publish any specific info on the credits. Just back to Sandbox use. So it gets more and more important as big companies build more and more agents. And that's like sort of my hot topic when it comes to Rovo. It's important to think about governance right from the beginning and think about who's going to be allowed to work on agents, create them, edit them, and so on. Who's going to be allowed to use each agent, and where do we want them built? What's the quality process like? So do we need an approval to move them from sandbox to production? What's the naming conventions and all these things you need to think about before enabling the whole company to build agents, because otherwise it's just going to be chaos and a lot of credit usage.
And like, do you envision, like, I don't know the answer to this, so I'm actually just interested to know. So let's say you actually built something using Studio on your Sandbox.
Yeah.
Would you rebuild everything on your production?
So I mean, there is like an early access to move things from Sandbox to production, so configurations. So that would make a lot of sense to have that for Rovo as well. But to be honest, at the moment, it's mostly just text. So you can copy paste that quite quickly. So it's not the biggest pain point I have. But I feel like they will offer that in the future, but I don't think it's on any roadmap yet.
Sure.
Maybe that's a question and I already
Yeah,
spoiled
definitely. No, it's not a question, but yeah, that's good. All right, let's go to the next one. Rebecca, over to you.
Yeah. Rovo can create pages, whiteboards, and databases. Is it a feature? Is it fiction? Or is it future?
If folks were on all of my live streams last week, they would know the answer to this.
Yes. Yes, you did a series on that. True.
So it's all three. It's all three or none, right? That's what we are saying.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is a feature. Create with Rovo as the newest one that has a label on it, but I'm pretty sure Rovo could create databases and stuff before that as well. But now basically you put in a prompt and then Rovo decides whether it should be a database or a table on a page or a whiteboard and so on. But Rob's the expert on that.
I am
Maybe.
one voice, yes. I really like this feature because before this, it was incredibly clunky to make content in Confluence like this. And here, I tripped over this in a live session. Rovo just made a whiteboard in front of me. And I'm like, oh, it's like moving around and adding things.
First 5 seconds of it just putting together circles and squares and like connecting them is just really trippy.
Yeah. But I find it quite clever because, for instance, databases is a feature that a lot of people have not yet discovered. Because sometimes it's hidden in a space, so people are not really using it. And with Create with Rovo, Rovo understands, right, if you want this amount of data in a table, maybe it would be clever to use a database, and it just creates a database for you. So yeah, people discover other features and other possibilities in Confluence by using that feature. So it's quite good.
Nice. Awesome. All right, let's move on. Yes, this is what Rebecca was talking about. Create with Rovo. That's a feature. Create with Rovo always existed, right? They just enabled more functionalities into it.
Nope. That's it's out of beta now. It's been in beta for a couple of weeks. So I think they released it in January, sometime around then. Is that right, Rob? Pretty sure it was this year.
This year officially, yeah. Beta was October, I want to say, off the top of my head.
Yeah, but closed beta, so.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're correct. You're correct.
Maybe you had it. I had not seen it. And quick announcement, there's like Create with Rovo community stuff going on at the moment as well in the online community where you can win things. Not sure what, but you can win stuff. So
fabulous prizes.
Fabulous prices. Yeah, I think your streams were part of that as well, right?
Yes, yeah. If you go comment on a community post, random drawing to win a swag box. So
Nice. All right, let's move on. Question number 8. Question number 8 is Rovo can create images. Very simple feature, future, or fiction. Should Rovo create images? What would be an image that Rovo can create?
make a
Create a sad, create a
photorealistic
sad.
video of me at my job, so my boss knows I'm working.
That you can put as a Zoom background.
That would be good.
Fiction, yes. I don't think Rovo will give you I don't know. It currently does not create images. I actually don't think it will.
No. I mean, there's specialized models for that, which are not really cheap. So they would have to come up with different pricing for it, probably, to make it economically sensible for them. So with images, it's interesting because if you put images into chat, it will actually analyze them. So you can do image to text with meeting notes and things like that. But if you have an image as an attachment on a conference page, Rovo will not read that. So it only works in chat. That's a current limitation.
It's different with PDFs, right? Like, for example, you can convert the same image as a PDF, and then it will be able to read.
Only if the PDF has the text layer. I don't think it does like OCR on the go with PDFs. It needs the text layer already integrated in the PDF.
All right, let's move
I mean,
on.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's
90%
somewhere between
sure.
both. Yeah. All right, more generic question. Rob, you get this.
The Rovo games will be at Team 26 in Anaheim. Feature, fiction, or future?
Yeah, we ask this question every time, and sometimes we get a heart broken when people say fiction. We've revealed this multiple times, guys. Yeah, this was just a 10-second just a joke question, guys. Of course, feature, yes, and future, no fiction, guys. Come on. Hopefully, Rob and I will be at Team 26 doing this at some place. I don't know. We've not figured it out where, but we'll hopefully do this.
You need to bring that jacket. I'll bring that shirt, and we'll go make this picture.
Done. I don't know if we'll find that greenery and
I just don't know if folks realize that's not an actual photograph. So.
It's not created with Rovo anyway.
It is not.
Not created. Yeah, that's right. All right. This is my favorite round. So, while we do talk about Rovo a lot, while we do talk about use cases and everything that's happening in the ecosystem, I think this round, multiple people have come up to me and said on community spaces that they like this round because it tells them a layer behind what's happening between Rovo and them as users. So we call it AI 101. We'll talk more about what are some generic things that you should know about AI. And let's have Rebecca do the first one.
What does human in the loop mean? The process is entirely run by humans. AI informs a human after it has taken some action. AI cannot take action or progress without human input. Humans begin a process, but AI finishes it. So there's actually some not officially announced roadmap stuff, but some thoughts the Rovo team has around human in the loop and less of it. So currently, without spoiling the answer, Rovo still requires human in the loop for basically everything. And that is AI cannot take action or progress without human input. So in chat, for any action, you would usually have to push that button, like edit the page, insert into page, and things like that. The only thing where it doesn't require that if you are in edit mode and you do one of these quick actions like mark a text and say translate this or things, but you still, even then, you still have to say okay, replace this now. But it will actually do some stuff in your page sometimes. And even when you use an agent in an automation, it still doesn't, it does only give you the agent answer as text, and then you have to continue with that text. So take that text and put in a comment or whatever. But I've heard some rumors that they want to slowly basically allow agents to take actions from automations. So you would have to approve a certain skill, and then that one skill could be taken by that agent.
Would it be at a instance level or a per user level?
No, it's like one agent and one automation is allowed to do that one skill without human in the loop. But again, nothing official yet. I think it's still on the idea level. But yeah.
I'll be curious how that goes and how like auditing and control works. I'm thinking like the CSM agents, a human agent can like look at them in real time, kind of, and adjust them. Like how much control do admins have or end users? But I'll step back from that because we don't know yet.
Exactly. So that's why I'm thinking there's still an idea phase, because I mean, agents and automations is still a little chunky, and from a governance aspect a bit tricky as well, because the agent runs with one specific user permission. So it's not the it's not the rule actor, and it's not the trigger person, whatever that's called. What's that called in automation? Person who triggers the rule. Whatever. But the one person who edit the agent to the rule. So it's this user connection, and whenever that Rovo agent runs, it takes that user's permission. So if I, as an admin, create an automation and add an agent to it, it will have my permissions. So it can basically see everything and do everything. Obviously, it's still limited to whatever is restricted in that agent configuration. But if you give it access to all the knowledge and it runs with my permissions, it will basically have access to all the knowledge, even though the person triggering the rule may not have access to that. So you can basically leak information if you set it up wrong or give the wrong people permission to set it up.
Nice.
That's why governance is important.
No, it's actually, I feel like in the longer term, it has to like give the option to the user itself, I would feel. But I don't know how far or near we are from that capability. Right?
Yeah, I've talked to the automation team on having something like service accounts for the connection. But then, I mean, it doesn't really get less complicated, because who can edit the service account and who can edit the service account's permissions? You would then have to limit that to certain people, so the agent has constant access to whatever it needs and things like that. So it's complicated waters, and currently you can only really solve it by having good guidelines that you not yet can technically enforce in a lot of ways. So,
well, and then what happens if the agent changes its own service account access?
Oh, well, Rovo for admins is in beta, so maybe in a few weeks.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. I think we can stay on that question for a long time. But it's very interesting though, right? Like it borderlines the conversation around ethics. Just borderlines it. And then there are so many parameters that, then it goes into there. All right. But hopefully in coming time, we will have more conversation around it. All right. Next question. Rob, do you want to take this one?
I'd love to. The fundamentalist smallest unit of text or data that a model processes is called an interaction, a subword unit, a token, a data set. Sujit, why were you laughing at me?
Fundamentalist.
Yeah, the most fundamental part, the fundamentalist.
Fundamentalist. Yeah, I like it.
I got one part.
Fundamentalist.
We put the fun in fundamentals.
Yes, like we can put that as a t-shirt idea for Andy, our good friend.
I feel like there's a fifth answer missing. A credit.
Oh. A token is the correct answer, of course. The smallest unit of text or data that a model can process is called a token. All right, next question. What is self-attention for LLMs? Not for all of us. What is self-attention for LLMs? Model correcting prompts, model weighing the importance of different words in a sequence, model training itself, or model reviewing its own output after generation?
Is this like the mirror test where they put an animal in front of a mirror to see if it's self-aware? Like you put the AI in front of a mirror, and if it recognizes itself?
Yeah, I saw a video where a person like voice activated GPT on one and Gemini on the other, and just had them talk about like something totally unrelated. I'm pretty sure that video was scripted with some voice modulation and things like. But that was a fun conversation. That's right. Model to weigh the importance of different words in a sequence. That's called self-attention. Reviewing its own output after generation, I think, does it borderline learning? I'm not sure. The last option, but yeah.
Well, it would usually work with user feedback, right? You have the thumbs up and the thumbs down, which I'm not sure. Does it still get sent to Atlassian when you do that in Rovo? Do you know that? Because it used to be that if you give a thumbs up or down, it would get sent directly to Jensen. And she's reviewing that. So it doesn't actually give feedback to Rovo. It just gives feedback to the Atlassian team. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. Maybe they've changed that. I've not tried it out yet.
There's some fun answers.
Well, you're laughing, but it's like, I mean, people were sending like chunks of feedback straight to Atlassian, and there was no mention of that anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, that needs some attention. All right. Moving on. Final question before we move on to the use cases. Rebecca, why don't you take this one?
What does temperature control in text generation mean? Duration it takes to generate a response, response length with level of easy to understand words, randomness, creativity, and predictability, learning and training speed.
Not when Rovo can access your Nest and turn up the thermostat?
Not yet. Like imagine saying, hey, Alexa, or hey, Rovo.
Turn up the heat.
Turn up the heat.
It's cold.
Turn up the heat in the stand-up. All right. Ooh, see, the long answer is not always the correct one, Tushar. It's sometimes the shorter one as well.
So randomness, creativity, and predictability. So that's actually a feature request that we've been hearing quite a lot, because you can't set it for Rovo. Atlassian sets that for their models, and we just have to live with whatever Atlassian does. So yeah, it's probably somewhere. It's not super creative, I would say. So yeah, they just did the setting. But while we're on the topic of LLMs, I mentioned the new feature, or the sort of newest feature. They just switched the base model for Rovo agents to Gemini Flash 3.
Or something like that.
3 something. I'm looking to my right. Was that 3 what? 3.0? Okay, 3.0 it was. So for agents, it's always a set model to have a better predictability of what agents are doing. For chat, it's different base models. So for chat, open one window, you have one model, open another window, you have another, and if you chat for longer periods of time, you could also get different models in one chat. So it's always selected based on your prompt. But for agents, it's always the same, and they're just switching that over to Gemini Flash. Oh, apparently.
And folks
3.0, sorry.
And the folks I've heard who've used it like appreciate it. I saw that there was a little toggle for me. Do you want to update? I'm like, what's this?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, they've changed the model a couple of times already, but now they have this feature where you can switch agents over, and it's like a 2-week period. So after that, everything is switched automatically, and new agents use the new model automatically, but they wanted to give you time to test out the agent with the newer models.
What's your take, Rebecca? Does it feel better, worse, same?
I'm on holiday. I've not tried it out yet. It's been posted like literally today, I think, yesterday. So I've not tried the new model. I've only read the community article. Apparently it's better, but to be fair, it's not really the newest, fanciest model. But yeah, it's
Back in the day, when
supposed to be
new
quite good,
models,
but
when new models conversation started, it usually was about iPhones. Now the world has changed.
yeah, now it's new LMs.
I'd be curious if you think at some point, like admins will have the opportunity to choose the model for agents, or if Atlassian will just lock us into, model 3 or whatever.
I mean, we've discussed that with Jensen last year, who's like one of the lead developers, engineers of Rovo agents. And they were thinking about that, but then they would have to find a pricing model for it as well. Because different models are priced at different rates. And I mean, they've not really enforced the current credit usage pricing model. So I think they need to start with that, and then they can make it more complicated. But I mean, there's the EAP for Atlassian hosted LLMs only. So that's where no third-party models are used, which is still US only. So only US customers can do that, or people who have data residency in the US, I think. Yeah, so they're going in that direction, but I think until we can actually choose models, it's going to be another year at least.
So when you say we can choose model, we're still talking about at an instance level, right? Or are you talking about at a agent like Jira admin level?
Well, to be honest, it would make more sense to do it at agent level, because for some agents you don't need the fancy pricey model. And from both from a company and Atlassian's perspective, it would make sense to have that at an agent level, so you can keep your cost low where it doesn't make sense to use pricey models. But with your fancy, everyone uses it, it does a lot of things agent, you can use the better model where it needs to be the better model. Yeah.
Like the cheapest model, Rob, where Rob asks the question, "Hey, can you tell me what the problem with my stand-up was?" And it's like, no.
You're not funny.
No, but I've got a daily motivator agent just for testing stuff out. So all it does is tell me a joke, or tell me that I'm supposed to have a good day, or something like that. So I don't really need a pricey model for that, to be fair.
Nice. Imagine you're doing that with Gemini 3.0 or something, like some super flashy latest
It's
model.
like
It's just
deep
saying,
thinking all the time. Oh, deep thinking. That's a new feature as well. You can now trigger deep thinking from Rovo agents, which is super handy dandy.
I've not used it myself. Have you, Rob?
No, I noticed it with the Create with Rovo. You can pick which one of the thinking, not models are called, but thinking options.
I sometimes feel the queries that I have are not important enough to go and select that option. So I refrain myself. Like, I'm just asking to create a whiteboard, or just asking, what happened in this sprint. So like, I don't need to. I feel, I don't know, maybe it's a middle class thing, maybe middle class Indian thing. I don't want to use the pricier expensive credits.
So I mean, so there's 3 levels of thinking now. So it's the basic one. I don't think it has a name. And then you have Think Deeper and the Deep Research one. And to switch over to use cases, which is the next topic, if you would want to include a lot more sources, you would have to pick like one of the higher thinking models. And for instance, if you want to find duplicates or similar pages in your Confluence, and you have a Confluence space with hundreds of pages, you would have to use the deep research thing to just include most, possibly all pages, and find duplicates there. So for knowledge management, you can use a model like that, but you wouldn't trigger that every couple of minutes. You would trigger that once a month, maybe.
Sure. All right, perfect. With that, I think we come to the end of today's main quiz section. We'll go into use case section where we'll talk more about that. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the leaderboard. I see Rebecca's name is on there, not on the top three, but like,
Am I? I'm surprised.
yeah, you're on fourth, Rebecca. Come on. Oh no, you're second.
How did
Oh,
that
you
happen?
nice. Congrats. Rebecca always comes back from the top.
I didn't even
Cornelia.
answer our questions. What did the audience do there? Come on, people.
Nice. Congratulations, Rohit. Nice to see Cornelia, you there. Cornelia was also part of the same group which won in Team EU. Are You Smarter Than a Jira admin, where Rebecca was also a winner. Shaktiman. Shaktiman, for people, my North American and European friends, is the India's answer to Superman. So, like, in early 90s, India made its own Superman, which was powered by yoga and all of that. So just Google
Oh,
Shaktiman
yes.
and you are in. It's crazy. Like, my whole generation grew up on that superhero. It was crazy.
This is
So it's a
amazing.
middle-aged man spinning round and round like Flash, who had like powers of Superman, Flash, and a bunch of other heroes. Oh man, he just took me in a different route. But congratulations, Rohit. Thank you everybody for participating. Rohit, I might have one certification voucher for you. Please ping me on LinkedIn if you are interested. With the certification voucher chaos, that's something that I am hesitant to say, to be very honestly, because we did have vouchers, but right now Atlassian is in a process of moving from PSI to Certiverse, and I've given away some vouchers that some of my friends are having a hard time validating. So I'm restricting myself from giving away vouchers. But Rohit, since you're first, of course, we'll find a way to get your voucher, and we'll give you that voucher as well. With that, announcing the next episode. Next episode will be on 21st April. We'll put that episode out soon enough, and that will be the episode before Team 26 in Anaheim. So we'll see you there. Thank you for joining us today. With that, let me stop the screen sharing, and for the next 10-15 minutes, we hand it over to Rob for talking about more use cases.
Okay, Rob, over to you. All right. I saw someone did a LinkedIn post about this, and I really like this use case for Rovo agents, where they have a Jira Service Management portal, and people would enter work items that would have phone numbers. And the problem was everyone formats phone numbers differently. And this drives me nuts, but they would get, one phone number can be expressed 6 different ways legitimately. So they said, okay, I'm going to use a Rovo agent in an automation. And they have one app add-on, one marketplace app that helps with like custom fields, but they fed every phone number through the Rovo agent, which then standardized the formatting and the structure of the phone number and passed it back. I'm going to see if I can dig up this community post. I like it for a couple reasons. The biggest one is it's a very good combination of the strength of an automation, do a repeatable thing, the same thing every time, and the analysis and interpretation we get from Rovo, looking at the number and figuring out what it should be. Yeah, that was just like, oh, this is awesome. And they shared the whole structure in a community post. So I'm going to dig that up really quickly just so we can take a look at it. But this to me was just like a light bulb moment.
Have you seen any similar use cases, Rebecca, that like you thought of like, oh, that was genius?
So formatting, I mean, it's like make this use case a standard format, check whether it fulfills all our acceptance criteria, things like that work quite well already. Yeah, so to be honest, I've not seen great productive use cases yet where I was like really impressed, especially for agents, because agents used to be shit up until like a month ago. So I mean, Atlassian has done like really great improvements, and also the base models have gotten so much better that now we actually can work with stuff like that. So I've like in the real world, I've not really found use cases that really wowed me.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the formatting one.
Who can identify this? Who can tell me what that is?
Like somebody somewhere has the other half of that broken bat.
There's no Kiwis in the audience. That is a patu, P-A-T-U. It's a New Zealand Maori weapon, basically a club. I'll pull it off the wall in a second. But I found the article I was babbling about. Here we go. I've had one person in the middle of a call stop me and go, "Is that a patu?" I'm like, "Yes." That's amazing.
Nice.
All right. This is the article. It's just hanging out on Community. This is done by Paul.
Yeah.
Does a great job of breaking down the scenario, like the problem, and the approach I like too. Like a lot of folks, myself included, just chuck an agent out there, a quick prompt, and does it work? Paul really thought through the problem. Like I get all these random phone numbers. We use this custom fields thing, and then walks us through the challenge. Like these are all the same phone number, which as a human, and I say this a lot when I think of Rovo, as a human, I could figure this out. It would just take a lot of time. Or I could hire, whoever Rodney has somewhere to go do all of his data entry for. Sandy.
Alex, you mean?
Alex, yes. But then realizing like this is a solvable problem. This is just rearranging numbers. Hey, Rovo, can you help me with that? And they give us the whole, like, here's their prompt. The other thing I love about this is the markdown. This is a tip I picked up at RovoCon, and just breaking up my prompts. I go blind reading this, even with markdown. So without it, it's just all soup to me. But just wanted to, like, this is the use case for this session, just because I think it's a powerful example of both working, and it's something that it can actually handle. Like Rebecca, to your point, agents are still evolving. They're still growing. They're very new. This is something it can do. So like, let's look at the things that it works at and understand that.
Yes, like any use case with reformatting or just text analysis, like compare A to B, is this similar? This all like works really well, but anything that involves skills, I feel like it's still a little chunky and not really working that well. So if you just have text input and text output and there's not much in between, then yes, it works quite well. But once you have more complicated use cases, we have to actually do stuff and do stuff reliably. They're still working on that in some parts.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically just added support for custom fields, and people are still complaining that it's not really working yet on the Jack ticket. So.
I agree.
Yeah.
We've been hearing AI teammate. I think it's an AI intern, to be very honest. Like it will do the grunt work, but like if you wanted to like carefully solve a problem, maybe it's not there yet, but it will help you like get started. Like what Rob was saying about the whiteboard. I love it. I love it. I hate starting from scratch, because I will overthink things and I will say, hey, maybe I should use this color and this box and this diamond shape. I will overthink all of those things. And like when it comes to like, I've been in meetings where I will look at meeting notes of two separate meetings because I want to see what were the action items, when it's very easy for me to just ask Rovo and do that for me. So those smaller intern level tasks, I think we are definitely there. But we are pretty far away from having a teammate.
Yeah. So I have one thing that didn't work well and one thing that worked really well when it comes to chat. So I tried asking Rovo, what have I done last Friday? Because I always have to fill out my timesheet, and because I'm working in consultancy, I have to invoice different customers on one day because I'm in different projects. So I asked, what did I work on? Just for Confluence, not even anything else, right?
Sure.
And it gave me, I think, like 10 things that I apparently did. And none of that Confluence page was correct. None of the pages it gave me, I've ever visited. Maybe like by randomness, but certainly not by choice. So I was really disappointed because I thought with the teamwork graph, Rovo would know what I've worked on.
That
so
would
that
be
did
so
not work.
awesome, right? I mean, it would kill a bunch of marketplace apps who do time tracking, but that would be so awesome if I would just ask, hey, help me fill my timesheet.
Yeah, but it gave me anything apart from the things I worked on. So that did not work. But what worked really well is I've built a new database to put all our conferences in. So a lot of our colleagues are attending conferences as a speaker or as an attendee, and we have these like 20 different overviews for all the different teams who have different topic focus. So I've put them all in one database, and all I did was give Rovo all the conference pages that have the current overviews. And then it basically filled in the database with any data it could find. And that worked really well. The only thing I had to add to the prompt was do not add new columns and do not add new tags, because it would sometimes do that. But apart from that, it was basically just one sentence. Take these conference pages, enter them into the database. And it also worked really well with web links. So all I did was take the conference web link, put it in the chat, and go fill it in. And I did that for like 60 conferences in half an hour. So
nice. Again, an intern at best. But we have an awesome question in the chat. Do we have a possibility of an agent who can do org level user management, like deactivating users automatically if they do not log into the Jira site for 3 months?
Not yet. Rovo for admins. Do you guys have access to that better EAP, whatever it is at the moment?
I don't think I do, but I'm in a different environment, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there is Rovo for admins. I'm not quite sure what the scope is. I guess it's more like app level administration, because org level is just a whole different thing with different audit requirements as well. But there is automation for that. So there's a user management automation on admin.Atlassian.com. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Not yet.
So I mean, I've not checked our internal site, but my enterprise customer has access to that. It's not really that fancy so far, but there's potential. So things like check if a user has logged in or not. That would be something that I would see in that automation scope. But to be honest, I don't think Atlassian would be interested to add a feature where you can easily kick off users that have been inactive, because I mean they're getting their money from licenses, and that would get them less money. So I think marketplace apps do that, and I think that's something a marketplace will.
Even marketplace apps don't kick them out automatically. They'll tell you.
No, they suspend them.
They suspend them. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
It depends on the marketplace app, I guess. But I mean, there's an API for it, so I'm guessing they can do it if they have an API key.
Yes. Quick time check, guys. I think we are almost up on time. Any closing comments, Rebecca or Rob?
Any closing comments? I think the next few weeks and month will give us more exciting stuff and more good use cases to solve with Rovo. We've not really talked about the testing features that came into Rovo now, so you can automatically test Rovo agents now against like gold standard responses. So that's really exciting where the team is heading. And I think with Rovo, we've seen a lot of new cool features coming compared to other Atlassian products. So hopefully they will keep it coming and do some good announcements in Anaheim as well.
Perfect. Rob?
Rebecca, thank you for the expertise. I constantly tell folks, on a 1 to 10 with Rovo, even though I train it and I use it, I'm like a 4 because I'm constantly talking to folks like yourself, and it's just, there's so much more to learn. So I really appreciate you sharing what you know and your perspective.
Yes, 100%. Plus one. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining, and Rob.
Thanks for having me.
For creating this show and being the expert who runs the trainings for all the amazing people that join us each week. With that, we take a stop today. We'll see you on 21st of April. That's the next Rovo Games episode. Thank you, everybody, and have a really good rest of the week. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.